News arrived with the desert wind. Urgent, it carried the weight of danger. Byzantine armies massed in Syria. Their iron grip threatened the newly flourishing Islamic State.
Khalid ibn al-Walid, the sword of Allah, listened intently. His face, usually a mask of battle-hardened calm, tightened with concern. The Caliph, far away in Medina, had placed his trust in Khalid. He was to defend the faithful, to carry the message of Islam, to secure the borders of the young nation. This was a challenge, even for the undefeated. Khalid summoned his advisors. They gathered in his tent, the air thick with anticipation. The news was grim. The Byzantines, numerous and well-equipped, were a formidable foe. Worse yet, they were poised to strike deep into the heart of Muslim lands. The situation was dire. Khalid, ever the strategist, saw not just danger but opportunity. He would meet this threat head-on. He would strike before the Byzantines could consolidate their power. The challenge was daunting. The shortest route to Syria lay across the Palmyrene Desert, a desolate expanse of scorching sand and unforgiving sun. It was a journey few dared to attempt, let alone with an army. His advisors were hesitant.
To cross the desert was to gamble with the lives of our men.
We should argue for caution, for taking the longer, safer route.
Khalid listened patiently. He weighed their concerns. Time, however, was not a luxury they could afford. The longer they waited, the stronger the Byzantines became. He made his decision. They would cross the desert. It was a risky gamble, but one he was willing to take. Khalid's confidence inspired his men. They would follow their leader, even into the jaws of hell. The march began under a scorching sun. The desert stretched before them, a sea of shimmering sand. The men, hardened warriors though they were, felt the sting of the heat. Camels groaned under their burdens of supplies. Water, their most precious commodity, was carefully rationed. Khalid, ever vigilant, rode at the head of his army. He shared their hardships, endured the same burning sun, the same gnawing thirst. His presence was a source of strength for his men. He spoke of victory, of the rewards that awaited them. He reminded them of their faith, of the glory they would find in serving Allah. His words were like cool water in the parched throats of his men, giving them the will to push onward. The desert tested their resolve. A sandstorm rose, whipping the sand into a blinding frenzy. Visibility dropped to mere feet. Men huddled together, their faces covered against the biting wind. They stumbled blindly through the swirling sand, fear a constant companion. Khalid, ever the beacon of hope, urged his men forward. He rallied them with chants of faith, reminding them of Allah's protection. When the storm finally abated, they emerged, battered but unbroken. The desert's wrath, however, was not yet spent. Their water supplies dwindled to a trickle. Thirst, a tormenting companion, rode with them. Lips cracked, tongues swelled, but still, they marched on. One day, a shimmering vision appeared on the horizon. A vast lake, its surface sparkling under the sun. A cheer erupted from the parched throats of the soldiers. Water, salvation was at hand. But Khalid, his eyes narrowed, knew better. He had seen this illusion before. The desert was a cruel trickster, offering false hope to break the spirit of men. He warned his men. It was a mirage, a cruel phantom conjured by the heat. Despair threatened to engulf them, but Khalid, with unwavering faith, spurred them on. He promised them that Allah, the most merciful, would provide for them. His words, imbued with the conviction of his belief, rekindled their flagging spirits. They marched on, their trust in their leader and their faith unshaken. They emerged from the desert, a force tempered by hardship. The Byzantine army lay before them, encamped near the city of Tadmur. Unaware of the Muslims' approach, they were unprepared for battle. Khalid, a master strategist, saw his opportunity. He launched a surprise attack. The desert-hardened warriors fell upon the unsuspecting Byzantines with ferocious intensity.
The Byzantines, caught off guard, were routed. Their ranks shattered. They fled in disarray.
The victory at Tadmur was swift and decisive. It sent a clear message. The Muslims, though outnumbered, were a force to be reckoned with. The desert crossing, a testament to Khalid's leadership and the unwavering faith of his men, had paid off. The city of Tadmur, its defenses weakened by the defeat of its army, offered no resistance. Its gates swung open, surrendering to the victors. Khalid, ever merciful, forbade the plundering of the city or the harming of its citizens. He entered Tadmur not as a conqueror, but as a liberator. The citizens, relieved to have been spared the horrors of war, welcomed him. The victory at Tadmur was more than just a military triumph. It was a strategic masterstroke. It secured a vital supply route for the Muslim army, opening the gateway to further conquests. More importantly, it sent a ripple of fear through the Byzantine Empire. The legend of Khalid, the undefeated sword of Allah, grew stronger. Khalid ibn al-Walid's daring desert crossing and his victory at Tadmur stand as a testament to his military genius and unwavering faith. He was a leader who inspired his men, a strategist who outmaneuvered his enemies, and a warrior who fought with unmatched courage. His actions changed the course of history, paving the way for the spread of Islam across the region. But more than just a conqueror, Khalid was a symbol of hope, of resilience, of the unwavering human spirit in the face of insurmountable odds. His story is a beacon, reminding us that even in the harshest deserts, hope can bloom, and even against the mightiest of foes, victory can be achieved. The desert crossing, a testament to human endurance and faith, became a symbol of Khalid's leadership. It solidified his reputation as the undefeated sword of Allah. His name struck fear into the hearts of his enemies, and his victories inspired the faithful. The story of Khalid ibn al-Walid is more than just a tale of military conquest. It is a story of courage, of faith, of the triumph of the human spirit against overwhelming odds. It is a story that continues to inspire centuries later, reminding us that even the most daunting challenges can be overcome with unwavering belief and the courage to act.